Good morning. I'm Claire-Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. Welcome to Psychic Cafe. Oh, I wasn't there when I was going live. How is everyone this morning? Are you good? I'm good. So I'm going to be pulling some cards out for the collective as usual, doing some channeling for the collective, what the guides want to tell us about today. After that new moon we had, how was it for you? New moon yesterday. Some of you, it was today. Some of you are still in the day that you had the new moon on, but I'm not. For me, it was kind of triggering. Getting a bit mad about stuff. What about you guys? Let's get some cards out for the collective. Anyone here with me this morning? Speak up. So I'll be doing this general channeling, but I'll also be giving mini reads as well. So if you're interested in one of those, check out the pinned comment. The comment that's pinned up top of the live chat tells you how to do it. There's a PayPal link in there for donations, which is my preferred method. But you can also use Super Chat and Super Sticker if you want to in the YouTube platform. And if you've got a question for your higher self, put a capital Q at the start of your comment so that I can find it easily. Once you've done the donations, that is. So I can find it easily amongst the comments. So let's get some cards out. I got my nails done yesterday. Marbled. Hope. Is that all we've got right now? Hope. I'm not here by myself. Is anybody here with me? Is anybody watching? Where is everyone today? 2nd of February. Hey, April. I thought I was just going to be doing the show by myself today. I'm just wondering if it's a holiday or something like that. Because it's usually a bit quieter in here when it is. Oh, a tickle on my back. I have my toenails done too. I don't know whether I can show you without contorting. Because my toenails are really nice. I mean, these are nice too. I love them. I went and got them done. A friend did them for me and never. Like, it's been a long time. I used to get pedicures all the time. Very rarely manicures, but I just decided to get both. I'll show you. I'll take a photo of my feet and I'll show you instead of lifting them up. Hang on. You can't really get the full effect, hey? Because they're so sparkly. There they are. They've got gold stickers, black with gold stickers on them. Cute. So I'm feeling kind of girly. Thank you, Mandy. Hey, Mandy. Hey, April. Whoops. Said hello to you already. Hey, Carrie. You like them? I like them too. So I'm wearing my black bracelets today to go with them. Hey, Timothy. Hope. It did take a long time now. It took all afternoon yesterday. And that's the reason I don't get them done is because on the time that I have off is full. My life is very full. It's very full in a good way. And so to take 3 hours off, to take 3 hours to do something is a lot. I don't sit around. I'm not like one of those people that I'm sitting watching the TV for 3 hours. I don't do that at all. My life is full. It's full. So anyway, we've got hope apparently. I'm loving this new Lenormand deck, by the way. I was just playing around with it just before this started. Really, really good. I like it. It's very clear because they go together. It's like my little cards. They're very clear because you can put them together and it tells a story. Tarot does that too. But I don't know. I like the Lenormand. We've got resilience. Oh no. We have to be resilient. Great. Oh, challenges, huh? So how was the new moon for everybody yesterday or today for some of you? It wasn't good for me. I was getting mad at stuff. First of all, I don't know whether I told you this before, but I went to do my reporting. We have to report our address every 90 days in this country when you're here long stay, and at immigration. So I went to immigration because it was due for me to do that. It was due for me to do that yesterday. So I like to go early. You can do it 2 weeks in advance of the date when it's due. And because of the time that I did it previously, they told me just to come back in the 90 days time. And I said, are you sure? Because I think I need a visa. And they said, no, just come back here. And I asked them like 5 times, are you sure? Because I was going to get a new visa next. And they said no. And I thought, well, fair enough. They must know it's immigration. No, they didn't know. So I showed up. Last week and they're like, oh, you're an overstay. You owe fines for not having a visa. I'm like, damn you. Why did I trust them? Because it's immigration, so you trust them, right? Anyway, I'm mad. I'm mad at myself for trusting them, but there should be the authority on it, and they weren't. Anyway, so they turned me away, and I went and I sorted out a new visa and applied for it, and they said, oh, well, when the fines come through, we'll let you know how much it's going to be. And so they let me know, and they said, oh, and it's another 20,000 fines for being an overstay and another 7,000 for not reporting. I'm like, no way. I went to report and they turned me away. And it's not even due anyway. They told me that on the 31st of January. And I'm like, it's only due tomorrow anyway. So I sent them all the documentation. Like, they didn't do it. And there's no way I'm getting another fine from their incompetence. Anyway, they've withdrawn that bit. You were sassy too. So I was mad about that. And what else? Things were popping into my head and I was getting mad about them. That was my new moon. Being a bit nitpicky. That too, yeah. A friend of mine told me that yesterday as well with her. She said she didn't enjoy the stuff that she was doing because people were being nitpicky, being competitive kind of thing. It's not good energies, hey? So I'm just wondering if this is why we've got to be resilient here and have hope. Hope that things get better and have resilience in that. Yikes. Let's see. Let's get some tarot out. So if anyone wants a mini read, you know what to do. Check out that pinned comment up top of the live chat. It's by donation. That's really tight. It's by donation. My arm changes size considerably. Sometimes it can be on the 4th dot on this, sometimes on the 2nd. It needs to be on the 2nd today. You're not seeing the new deck in my links below? I thought I'd done it. I thought I'd put it in. Let me check. It'll be down toward the bottom of it. There's so many decks in there, hey? Let me check. It'll be right down toward the bottom of it. Oh, there it isn't. Hey, it isn't. I put it in the dailies. I put it somewhere. Let me find it. I put it somewhere. Dreaming World, Norman, there it is. It's in the last one. It's not in this one. If I put it in this one, it'll be in all subsequent ones. Come on. Scroll. Right, it's in there now. Thank you for letting me know that. Otherwise, it would be left out the whole time. I really like it. Anyway. There it is. Dreaming Llewllyn Normand. There's a link to it. You set your intentions. That's good. Shall we do it? Shall we do the Llewllyn again? The Llewllyn. So let's do it. Let's do it. The nine card spread like they got us to do last time. I don't know why. Oh dear. A mountain. This is not going to be easy. A mountain. Birds. What else have I got? Yeah, it's really nice, this one. I really like this deck. Man. Mountain birds, man. Okay, let's go with mountain. Moon. Yeah. I think it's going to be a long, arduous path, like just for a change, that we're going to have to be patient on. And there's unknown aspects about it, because we just don't know how to get there. Fish, abundance. Oh, abundance has been coming up a lot lately in the readings. Birds. I don't know what birds is about, but let's find out. It's got a bird house tied to its head. Choices. The birds have got some choices. Clover. Lucky choices. Lucky, lucky. Man. What's the man doing? Bouquet. Bouquet. A bouquet of flowers. I'm not taking that one. This bouquet that flipped over. And that throws itself on the floor, and it's child. Oh, a child. Okay. So let's figure all of this out then. I'm going to read them downwards first. Oh yeah, 2222. Wow. Numbers. The mountain is the greater the obstacle, the more glory in overcoming it. Yeah. Yeah. Those long paths, hey? And that's what it's about. If we get things easily, people want to win the lotto, right? But I tell you what, when you are successful and doing something you love and getting your abundance through that, you feel great about yourself, and it's all about us, really. Yes, you might feel great about yourself just for manifesting winning the lotto, if that was to happen. But that's going to be a short-lived thing. If you have worked long and hard towards something and you get your abundance from it, you feel really good about yourself then. So, and the universe cares about us. It doesn't really care about our money. It cares about us and how we're feeling about ourselves. All right, the mountain card represents the obstacles that may be standing. It says, the greater the obstacle, the more the glory in overcoming it. And that's Moliere, apparently. The mountain card represents obstacles that may be standing in the way of your goals and objectives. There may be formidable challenges that you need to face or problems you must solve before progress can be made. Unavoidable delays will have to be dealt with. Have to be resilient. The mountain may represent physical obstacles and mental ones. You may face resistance from others or from within yourself. Paralyzing fear or lack of confidence may be holding you back. Yeah, sheer will is not the way past the mountain. Once you accept that you've hit a wall, you may begin to formulate new approaches and creative solutions to resolve the situation. There's a way forward, but it may entail stepping back and starting over. And then we have the moon. 3 things cannot long be hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth, says Buddha. The moon is associated with myth, dreams, reverie, mystical matters, enchantment, and inspiration. Okay. So it's different than the moon I was thinking about. The unknown. So there's challenges, but the universe, I think, is going to provide some magic, especially in the form of abundance. Fish. It's raining fish. Fish. Let me read that one out to you. I love getting to know new decks. Fish. Not what we have, but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance. Oh, that's it. I'd be curious. There's another way of saying what I just said, right? Not what we have, but what we enjoy constitutes our abundance. It's not about what you have. We can see that. People can have a lot and still not be happy, right? It's not about the abundance itself. It's about how you feel about yourself in the getting of it, really. Yeah, how you feel about yourself in the getting of it. The fish is a universal symbol of abundance, is it? In Lenormand, the fish card indicates the flow of plentiful resources, but it's a card with a double-edged meaning. One of its messages is that too much of a good thing can be harmful. While the farmer prays for rain, torrential rains have had devastating effects. The fish card signifies commerce, transactions, trade, opportunities, profits, and prosperity. Expanding business can be a lucrative endeavor, but excessive working can lead to neglect of other important aspects of life, areas of life, it said, but I said aspects. And greed can undermine the virtue of hard work. This card is also associated with excessive behavior that leads to addiction and alcoholism, especially near the whips card. No, we don't have it near the whips card. Whew. The fish card is a reminder to manage resources wisely. Enjoy things in moderation, be careful what you wish for. Now, the new moon was about that, especially about abundance and about the solid foundations. That's what the guides told me anyway, that the solid foundations to put in place, especially about abundance. So, it's going to be an arduous journey kind of thing, says the mountain, but there's some magic involved in it. The universe is going to get involved. It's leading to abundance, solid abundance, firm foundations. Then we got the birds, which is an interesting card because look. It's got a birdhouse on its head. Birds sing not because they have answers, but because they have songs. African proverb. The bird card is all about communication, both the manner of conveyance and the information itself. Birds may represent conversations, discussions, news, verbal or electronically transmitted ideas. When you receive information, pay attention to both the medium and the message. Oh. Hi, Jessica. Cool. Cool that you ordered it, April. When you receive information, pay attention to both the medium and the message. Why the medium? Not everything you see... Oh, it's answering me. Not everything you see or read online is completely true, right? Yeah. And secondhand information too, if you haven't heard it from the horse's mouth. That's why you pay attention to the medium. Before reacting to any news, consider the source and the context, for it may be sheer gossip, inflated hype, misleading innuendo, or inaccurate third-hand misinformation. On the positive side, the bird's card may indicate the sharing of valuable advice and wise counsel. The mother bird on this card may be offering important life lessons to young fledglings. The bird's card delivers a message and keeps your eyes open to signs and symbols that may appear around you. Now, in the energy update today, we did have something about something coming out. People reaching a boiling point kind of thing, stuff coming out, which makes sense because it has been a very triggering new moon. If ever you're going to start speaking your mind or revealing the truth or telling someone how you really feel, it's going to be around these energies, right? When we're all triggered and we get, a bit nitpicky and all of that. We're not going to let it lie. We're not just going to let things fly. So that doesn't surprise me. Choices. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibility. Eleanor Roosevelt. Which reminds me again in the energy update, the bad decisions card, bad mistakes, poor decisions, something like that card came out. And I think we need to go easy on ourselves and we need to go easy on other people for the bad decisions that we've made, especially if someone's changing their mind or trying to rise it, or changing their mind, changing that decision, going back on it, dissolving something, ending something, saying, I said that, oh, I don't want to do it anymore. That kind of thing. Different choices. Unlike the mountain card, which we've got there, which offers limited options for finding solutions, the choices card reveals that you have a multitude of paths to consider. There are many ways through the labyrinth. So somebody is speaking out their choices, and it's leading to luck. Hey, Clover. It's a good thing. In the energy update, I was saying that the restrictions are still in place, restrictions that we've imagined, things like politeness, things like man-made restrictions, They're still in place, but someone's speaking out about it. And it therefore being more lucky. They're making a different choice now, a new choice. The Clover card brings a bit of unexpected luck that may arrive as a happy coincidence, synchronicity, windfall, favourable twist of fate, a chance meeting, or a felicitous occurrence. It's short-lived luck. Well, let's see. We've got a man next. Man. We've also got a bot. 28, a man. Ooh. This card presents a sophisticated, worldly man, not just any kind of man, shown gazing outward. He may represent the male being read for, or a woman's lover, husband, or partner, particularly if the man and the woman cards are close together. They're not. And facing each other. Ooh, he's facing away from the birds. If they're far apart but facing each other, the relationship has potential. If they're close together but facing opposite directions, their connection is tenuous or troubled. The man may be more focused on something else. He's looking toward me. The man may be focused on, if he's looking toward a snake, no, fox, bad, he's not looking at anything. He may be dealing with challenges and ambitions. If he's gazing at the heart, no, he's not. He's open to romance. Well, it's got the bouquet next, so there you go, long-term commitment. The bouquet comes after it, so I'm guessing that this is what it's saying. If he's gazing at the heart, ring, house, garden, anchor tree, or bouquet, he's open to romance and perhaps long-term commitment. Right, so we've got the bouquet next. We're talking about romance then with this man. Bouquet, 9. It's a gift. It's a gift, is it? When you take a flower in your hand and really look at it, it's your world for the moment. I want to give that world to someone else, says Georgia O'Keeffe. The bouquet card represents much more than a bunch of pretty flowers you might see somewhere. More than a pretty bunch of flowers you might see somewhere. These lovely flowers have been carefully selected, arranged, and tied in a bow. You're ready to be offered as a gift to someone special. And are ready to be offered as a gift to someone special. When's Mercury coming out of retrograde? It's hard to speak. Giving a bouquet as a gift is a gesture of deep affection for a beloved friend, lover, or family member. This is a happy card signifying intimacy, sincerity, harmony, and contentment in relationship. The sweet bouquet reflects your own feelings of gratitude, confidence, and clarity. If the bouquet card follows a threatening card, such as the coffin of clouds, no, probably means that after some difficulties understanding the situation, you'll find clarity to reach an accord. So it's affection. So this affectionate man for a child, 13. There's nothing more contagious than the laughter of young children. It doesn't even have to matter what they're laughing about, says Chris Jamie. The child card may represent a youthful person in your life or indicate youthful qualities. Ah. Wow, you know what? This is really good. All of this is really good. All of this is saying that something's going to be sorted out. The 3rd. Yeah, it's coming up. It's not on the 18th. It's very soon. Timothy. The 3rd, tomorrow, that's good. The young girl on this card looks directly at you without guile or disguise. There's an honesty and directness about her and an innocent sense of wonder. This card reminds you to see things through a child's eyes and act spontaneously, without overthinking the situation. Try to approach things with a beginner's mind, free of preconceived ideas. The child's card is about new beginnings or fresh starts. Depending on circumstances and surrounding cards, the child card can indicate the debut of a creative endeavor or the launch of a career move. Wow. So, the man's coming in with a bouquet of flowers with some kind of a love offer done for a new beginning. February the 3rd. Hey, Jennifer. Right. Okay. So that's that. So we've got the mountain. So there's still trickiness going on. There's still a way forward, but it's not going to be easy. The moon says that the universe is getting involved. It's helping us out. There's some magic involved. And it's leading to abundance. Really good outcome there. Birds, someone's got some news of something about a bad decision that they've made in previously, but they've changed that decision now. They've decided something different. And it's leading to luck. Again, another really good outcome card. The man is offering something, love offer, for a new beginning. Very good. Now let's recede. I read residual and I wanted to say, let's read it this way. Okay, it's been tricky. It's been a long journey, this mountain. But news is coming from a man. He's looking away from the mountain. He's looking away from the hard path, from that decision that he made. That is turned around, yeah. So he made a bad decision in the past. It's led to a difficult journey. He's decided to change that now. He's speaking out about it and turning away from the hard times. There's some magic here in making different choices than you've made before, leading to a love offer. So we're not talking about the man now. The man's not involved in this. This is magic. It's led you to new choices, which has led you to this love offer. In other words, the other person involved, the woman or whatever, the one that's not the man, has been making life decisions, different choices that has led her to this, or him. Then we've got fish, abundance, luck, and a new beginning. So a lucky turn of events in abundance leads to a new beginning. An arduous journey has made you realize that you need to make different choices in your life so that you can have a new beginning, so that the circumstances can change. The man is making a different decision, and it leads to abundance. It's just good all around. This reading is good all around. I like it. So we've got hope and resilience. The first card out was the mountain, so it's not going to be easy, but right. So very good. I like that very much. What an excellent reading. So no wonder. Yes, hope. Absolutely. This is good. This is good stuff. Let's do some mini reads for you guys. Carrie's first. Thank you, Carrie. High self-guidance. Is my intuition good? Don't always trust it, but you feel you should. It's good to... Well, let's find out. Is your intuition good? How's she doing with her intuition? How's Carrie doing with her intuition? Because all of our intuition is good. We've all got great intuition, but are we good at deciphering what is fear, what's coming from the ego, or what's fantasy, and all of that, you know? That's the clinch of it, isn't it? We've all got intuition, but we all haven't honed the skills of recognizing our own bullshit or fears. Yours is good, though. You got the S card. S card. Yes, Crystal. Yes, Crystal. So your intuition's good. Let's find out some guidance for you. I've given up on my new office chair. I've asked for a refund. They've not delivered it. They said they delivered it like a week and a half ago, and they didn't deliver it. Oh, give me my money back. That's ridiculous. I don't want it to get to the point where the place, I've left it too long between fantasy delivery time and when I can get a refund. So I've asked for a refund right away. I'll keep with my stool. Yeah, you should trust your intuition, but you shouldn't trust your fears. Believe in yourself. Oh, empower yourself. Ah, okay. This is something that you need to know. Believe in yourself. That that goes without saying with the question that you're asking, doesn't it? You should trust your intuition and you should act on it. Why wouldn't you trust your intuition? Why wouldn't you trust your intuition? Sometimes we question it because we don't want our intuition to be true, because we're a little less than courageous to take action on it. So sometimes we don't want the answer that we get, because it means we've got to take a stand on something, or we've got to draw a boundary, or that we've got to speak up about it. So, for example, in relationships, we get the intuition that there's something dodgy about somebody next door. And that would lead us to empowering ourselves to cut them out, or say no to them, or draw up a boundary. And that isn't comfortable. So if we're less than courageous, less than empowered about that kind of stuff, we will override our intuition and we won't see those red flags. You'll pretend that they're not there, or call them pretty red flags. So to develop your intuition more, no, you can't really. We've all got intuition. To get better at deciphering what is intuition and what isn't. Know this about yourself. The more that you empower yourself, the more that you'll allow yourself to have boundaries, speak up about things, the more you're going to stop ignoring the intuition that tells you there's something wrong, or there's something, something that leads to an uncomfortable empowering. And once you start empowering yourself, it's not uncomfortable anymore. I don't get discomfort now in that at all. Quite the opposite. It feels good. But it leaves you open to criticism. It does. Why? Because if you've got other people that aren't empowered around you, they'll be like, why aren't you helping that guy next door out, Claire? Why wouldn't you be generous to him? Because there's red flags, that's why. But the people that aren't empowered will criticize like that. And so how come you're not being friendly toward that guy, Claire? Because he's got terrible energy and I don't trust him at all. Those that are trusting their intuition, those that are empowered will get it. So you've got two things here. You need to be more open to empowering yourself, Carrie, and that will have you trusting your intuition more, and not bothered about the criticism from those that don't have that too, the ones that are kind of like you at the moment. In other words, to break out of this disempowered kind of we always regret it, don't we? We always regret it when we get the intuition that something is off and we don't act on it. We always regret it because we get the evidence. It's like, damn, I was right. I wish I'd listened to my intuition. We always get that. And so you got to be more comfortable with the empowerment and with people criticizing you that aren't empowered. Very clear guidance for you. Carrie, thanks for your donation. April, thanks for your donation, April. And you got 2 questions. We had our last guidance reading at the beginning of October, did we? In that reading, you mentioned Matt needs to take time. I've got a really painful nostril. I think, what is it when that happens? An internal spot or something? It's not a spot on the surface, but it feels like there's something in the flesh of the nostril. If I flare my nostril, it really hurts. It just hurts. Anyway, I've got that going on. We had our last guidance reading at the beginning of October. In the reading, you mentioned Matt needs to take time to center himself, play out his 20s. I kind of remember that. Because he'd never had them. Started parenting at age 17, yeah. You also mentioned he would need 7 months to go through this. 7 months from that reading would it be out by around April. I think big things are going to happen in April. I'm wondering if he'll shake his drinking issue. Let's find out. Or would he shake his drinking issue around April? It might take longer than that. I think there might be a step that he completes in April, but I'm not sure it's... Oh, yes. Yeah, drinking. Or... yeah, the issue around drinking, because that goes away, doesn't it, when we don't have the fuel for it. I know in myself, mine was my anxiety, like social anxiety most of all, but generalized anxiety too. It wasn't just social anxiety because I would drink by myself. And once I'd sorted that out, once I'd healed myself, and it was about the empowerment that I was just talking about with Carrie, I didn't need to drink anymore. I still do sometimes, but it's not about that anymore. Hi, Arabella. So yeah, he's going to be cleared out of something. Enough by then. Let's find out more. Oh, simply wait. Simply wait. This is for you. Simply wait. Let him go through it. Don't focus so much on it. Let him go through his own thing. Did I say that in the reading? I probably did. It's feeling very confirmational that it's going well. Yeah, so I feel like he's going to communicate that. Feeling better about himself. Question 2, also guidance with Mac's husband. Have a voluntary mediation soon. His idea. Oh. I hope it will be helpful. I wonder if he'll be triggered and want to stop the meeting early when he realizes things aren't going his way. Oh. Will he? I did something like that with my ex-husband. It was ridiculous. He was so passive-aggressive in it. It was stupid. You know, they're always going to be who they are, aren't they? No, what was I asking? Well, he might want to stop being... I don't know what I was asking then. Let's find out about it there. About this meeting. And we can try, get mediators and all kinds of things. But they're still going to be like that. You know that Patrick Tian on YouTube that talks about abuse and stuff like that? Survival of it. And narcissism. He's done some videos on narcissists in therapy and what they're like. He's done some role-playing kind of things. It doesn't work. Therapy doesn't work on narcissists, of course. They've always got a way around it, right? They're not going to win in that. The mediator should see through it, right? Hopefully you've got a mediator that sees through narcissism. New beginning and passion. Why was it his idea? This is good. This is good. This means he's got some, he's got a positive reason for this, for sorting this out. So he's actually got positive motivation there. Just stick with it. I like that. Trust myself in romance. Trusting your choices in partners. I feel like the whole debacle will, again, going back to what I just said about to Carrie, there's red flags. There always is. There's red flags at the start, but we didn't see it. Or we did see them, but we weren't empowered. And as a result of that, we can still tell ourselves that bullshit story that we didn't see the red flags and we're just a victim to it. Like I had no part in this. It was just a narcissist and I'm a complete victim. When in fact, that's never true. They do show the signs. But we might be, one, completely unaware of those signs. So totally open to some Disney kind of a romance of being love bombed. I think that that's normal because it's normal in movies. And so totally we don't recognize the warning signs because our feet aren't firmly planted in reality. Or we saw them, but we ignored them because we weren't empowered. Whatever it was, I feel like when an ex shows you even more of who they are, which they do when you break up with them, it confirms to you even more about the poor choice that you made. Pretty much like that Lenormand thing, changing our minds about it, but it gets firmer and firmer and firmer. So I think that the meeting is going to go well. He's got good motivation for an outcome this time, to sort it out. For you, it's going to be really clear about a poor choice that you made in the past in him, if you needed to be more clear about that, so that you can start to trust yourself in your choices of romantic interests. You saw the red flags and weren't empowered. There you go. Yeah. Same. Me too. Oh, Jessica, I don't have a donation from you, did you? You always feel like you need to pay special attention when the hope card comes out. Hope. Oh, Jessica, I'll sign into PayPal and see, because, you know, it's sometimes slow, it sometimes misses people's emails out for a long time. Send some of them through, doesn't send others through. Jessica, yes. Got a donation from you. Oh, I know. Carrie, April, and then Jessica. Yeah, I had an ex come to this island, and that was very enlightening for me as well. It was like, oh my God, his behavior's appalling. You see it really clearly, right? Later on. It's like, what was I ever doing with him? It was a clear no from me. It was like, no way. No, I don't even want to hang out with you. No, just absolutely not. Jessica, you're thinking you're being guided to learn Reiki. Well, it's part of this new chapter, Healer Career. They've been telling me for months now. Is it? Should she? A piece of it, yes. Piece of it. Piece of the puzzle. A piece of the puzzle. Tell us more about that. Reiki. Nice. Willingness, freedom, love, and joy. Yeah, it's very good for you. Very good for you. The start of it's a piece of the puzzle. You might start out doing that, and it progresses to something else. I'm looking into adding another job in April to bring some extra income in. But now I think they're guiding me not to take that job. Okay. You've asked a double negative. Am I not supposed to take that job? Should Jessica take the job in April? Yes, you should. It's good. Firm foundations, but the Reiki thing is also going to be in tandem, I would say. Just with this willingness and freedom, love and joy, that freedom, I'm thinking there could be something kicks off from that. Let's see about this job though. In tandem, make it easy on yourself. Me, I'm more a go all in kind of girl, and that is hardcore. And I know it's hardcore. I don't expect other people to do things the way that I do them. It's and sometimes looking back, I think, especially because of this energy of the new moon that we've just had yesterday, about those firm foundations and making the wise choices. Do you know what I mean? Following the guidance of your grandpa and your grandma and your dad and your mom. Those sensible things, especially around abundance. I regret some of the things that I've done, especially with regards to money, but it still got me to where I am, so it's okay. But yeah, if I had done more of a slow transition instead of just hardcore going into this work, it would have been slower. It would have been slower, but it would have been easier on myself, and it would have been more self-loving. So maybe it wouldn't have been slower because I would have been more self-loving in it. I don't know. The job, find a new approach up until now. Right. So transition from the past up until now. Finding a new approach. Easing transition into the new lifestyle, the new work, the new way of making money that you want. Easing into it. Not hardcore like me. Throwing yourself into it. Wow. Look at this. Forgive self, forgive self. Being lit up there as well. So, what have you done in the past? Have you made those hardcore decisions and then regretted it? Because it's really hard when you do it. If you go all in, say on a business like I did, went cold turkey from from earning a lot of money in a corporate position to pretty much spending all of my money doing charity work and giving it away, to then starting a business and relying on that income for all of it. Hardcore. That's the plan, Jessica. Yeah, it's a good plan. But you need to forgive yourself for past choices as well. Just go easy on yourself. Sometimes, you know, we need to get prepared to do these things. And what's the preparation to do these things? It's to fall over a few times. It's to make the mess. Your email's just come through. It's to make a mess of it. It's to learn from that. And like, you've learned from that. You're going to slowly transition into it because you've learned from it, right? So forgive yourself for those past choices. You didn't get it wrong. You were just learning. It's like, how can we get Jessica to this place where she really wants to be? Well, first of all, she needs to learn, like, you know, to do it in a safe way. So let's give her this experience. Is that right? Always, and there is something to that. It's not that one approach is wrong and one approach is right. It just depends on the circumstances, doesn't it? Because I don't know. I'm not sure whether I would do anything different now, to be honest. I think I'll carry on being one of those all-in people. I think that's part of my personality. I'm a risk taker. I'm a maverick. I'll do things my own way. But I do recognize it's not always the most self-loving thing to do that. So a balance. Find a balance. Find what's really you and what's self-loving to you. Exactly. The job will let you build up savings. So much better. I was an idiot. I will look back and I was an idiot to spend all of that money. I had this stupid spiritual vision of it all. Well, if I just give it all away, if I just follow this path, then I will, you know, it will be returned back to me. No, you'll get slammed to the ground, Claire, and you'll have to pick yourself up from it. And it was a lesson in itself, right? If I didn't do that, I could have bought a house. I could have bought a house when I first went to Australia if I'd have done things differently. I had the money to buy a house outright. But instead, I threw it all away. But I learned. You're welcome, Carrie. Boundaries are getting way easier, set and hold. Yeah, and they're not as uncomfortable as we think, are they? In fact, they can feel really great when you do. Really great. Let's get some tarot out. Thanks for all your donations. If anyone else wants one, get those donations in and your questions in, and I'll batch them up again like that. So, the Book of Shadows. Tarot. Good. Feels like we're on the path to it getting easier now. Even if there's more of a weight, whatever it is that we want, it feels like it's getting easier. You're welcome, Jessica. Seven of Fire. Is this Uranus? Uranus. I should start remembering these. I did. I'm getting to know the cards at last. This is Uranus. Crazy genius of the skies. It brings shocks and surprises. But usually in the long run, it's exciting and beneficial. It promises exciting times. We should be ready to expect the unexpected from life and from ourselves. And in this case, do not expect the surrounding cards to provide much detail about the particulars. That's the point, is not knowing. Excellent. Now, interesting, the shadow side of this card shows extremely impulsive behavior, radical ideas, and a desire for rebellion that will lead to regret. So let's temper ourselves here. Let's not be idiots. Let's not spend all our money and do those crazy things that we've done in the past. But something exciting is coming. And firm foundations. Remember your firm foundations, long term. Be in it for the long term. Build things up slowly. That's what's going to lead to the good stuff. And the Three of Fire. What a beautiful card. The Three of Fire. She's Venus. Oh, hey, Venus, direct now. Oh, Venus is direct now, isn't it? The goddess Venus is almost universally equated with love and romance, beauty and pleasure. She also governs creativity, talents of all sorts, and art. As an astrological player, Venus is true to her image and certainly represents love, partnerships, and marriage. Those, however, are just one facet of Venus's energy. At her most basic, she represents attraction, both what we're attracted to and what we attract to ourselves. Looking at this idea in the terms of law of attraction, we draw toward us and are drawn toward what we value and what we desire. The Three of Fire denotes energy of attraction, whether to another person, to an ideal, or to an item. We can see by this card that those surrounding it and those surrounding it, how the attraction itself affects the situation. Oh, it's exciting. In addition, the nature of the thing desired or valued may be revealed. Oh. Something valuable, huh? Valuable attraction, what you're valuing. Very good. The cards are good today, huh? No, yeah, they're giving us hope. They are giving us hope, for sure, with these cards. But don't forget the resilience card was out with that. We still need to be resilient. We still need to follow that path. Slow path. Venus go direct and New Moon and Mercury going direct in less than a week. So life is, it's going to feel considerably different, right? 2 days time for me. The return. Let's see, huh? What else? What else? Nothing else? Just that? Surely not. What's the Chinese year? It's Tiger, isn't it? Anyone know about Chinese astrology? What the year of the Tiger is all about? Why aren't the cards coming out? Okay, I'm going to do 3 more, and if nothing comes out, I'm switching to the next deck. Switching to the next deck. Reiki is energy healing, I would say. Or do we have cards coming out of this deck? Well, that's a very clear message. Just those 2 cards from that deck, hey? Very good. Uranus and Venus. Here we go. The Knave of Pentacles. Where are the court cards in this? Here they are. The Knave of Pentacles is the Page of Pentacles. It studies the rhythms of nature and learns the secrets of physical realm. Reading it traditionally, it's a message coming in. A tangible thing. It's not just love, it's abundance. For some reason, they're really tied together, love and abundance at the moment. It's come out in the pick a card reads over and over again that it's financial stuff that is causing delays. And there's probably a lot of people have been through that whole, well, I've cut and run before and I regret that. I've just wanted out of a relationship, and so I've left the money behind or the property behind, or I caved in too easily and gave them too much, kind of thing. And I'm not going to do that this time. That could be the difference in choice that's coming out here. But anyway, Knave of Pentacles, it's a message. This tiger. Just started reading about it. Contacted a healer to have your first treatment. Nice. So what is the Year of the Tiger all about? We've got the High Priestess and the stars. Wow. So there's an intuitive knowing here. Dreams coming true. So a message comes in. It's about abundance, or it's about a tangible offer like house, money, or it's not just a I love you kind of thing. If we're talking about a love situation, which I think we are because of Venus, it's a let's go out together. It's let's be together. It's let's move in together. That kind of thing. A tangible with the Pentacles. It's grounded in earth. It's not let's have a fling and hide away from everyone else. It's not that kind of thing. It's like let's put it out there. Intuitively, you've the Hope card, stars. Stars. XBII. Stars. Stars like pushing the reset button. It helps you feel clean and refreshed and renewed. Cynicism and pessimism fall away and you can look at the world through new eyes, expecting good things. Hope. Intuitively, you knew this was coming. Wow, but it's been long in coming, hasn't it? Wow. Interesting how they wanted me to move on to this deck, huh? For the more traditional tarot kind of stuff. Then the Two of Swords. A bit of confusion about the way forward, about choices to make. And Nine of Pentacles. Or is it the other way around? I don't know, maybe Nine of Pentacles first. So the food's on the table. This is the single independent person. So you've got your abundance together. You ready? Get your abundance together. And Two of Swords, a bit of not sure what to do, not sure what action to take, not sure of what to choose. Let me just check for this deck. When the head and the heart are enemies, the person's paralyzed, unable to move. Bad decisions. Making our head and our heart enemies, yeah, it's very difficult to move forward, isn't it? But when our head and our heart is aligned, or in other words, our head is aligned with our higher self, we're going in the right direction, then it's easy to move forward. It's so hard to stay in tricky situations that aren't aligned with you. I've never seen the Two of Swords like that before, so we're out of alignment with the Two of Swords. And so any decision that you make isn't going to be a good one. But sometimes we have these self-imposed restrictions, like I need to be polite so I can't have a boundary. Or, that kind of stuff. So when the head and the heart are enemies, the person's paralyzed, unable to move. This state can be self-induced and exasperated. However, by tapping into the flow of the universe, you can calm the warring parties, create peace, and thereby find the middle ground. Seeking balance in the heart and mind. Right. And that's about giving permission for yourself to follow your heart, or maybe the other person's doing that. Giving themselves permission to break free of those restrictions and follow the heart instead, so that they're not at war with themselves anymore. So they're not making bad decisions for themselves and everyone else, let's face it. Sometimes we think, when we're in that kind of a state, we think, but it's not good for me, but I'm doing the right thing by them. I'm doing it for the children or whatever, you know? And it's not good for them either. It's not. It's never true. The guides have said, like, repeatedly to me, it's either a win-win situation or it's a lose-lose situation. If you think that you're losing out so that other people can win, it's not true. Been seeing Taurus video titles that make it sound like this is my month. Yeah, but then I also keep on getting that it's going to be April. I think something's going to happen. It is. I can feel it. I can feel it building. We'll see in 2 days' time. That's going to be significant. It's been away. What feels like ages, a week and a half now. Ugh. We'll see. I think maybe something could come out when he comes back, but I don't think it will be it. Yeah, I don't think it will be it. And I keep on seeing this abundance thing as well, and having that, the land, the buying the house, that is in all the readings too. I don't want to do that alone. So we will see. And certainly the energies personally were kind of rising before he left. He started stopping looking away when I'd catch him staring at me. And he started being way more playful. Like, he's always been pretty playful. Not always with me, no. He's pretty guarded, first of all, but like way more playful than me too. I was more carefree with him rather than restricting myself because of the situation, the whole situation. I stopped restricting myself so much, pulling away. So, tell us more. Why is it that when your hairs are still attached to your head, if they touch your skin, it's not a problem? Well, this is me anyway. If it touches my skin, it's not a problem. But the moment that hair detaches from my scalp, even if it's like still amongst the hairs, it irritates my skin. It really irritates my skin. So there was just a hair down there before, and it was really irritating me. But if they're still attached to my head, they don't irritate me. Does anyone else have that? So my body knows as soon as something isn't attached to me anymore. This is annoying. Get rid of it. You know, because you can have your hair like down your back if it's long, not a problem. But then if there's a hair on your back, if one of those hairs is attached and it's on your back, it's really irritating and you've got to get rid of it. Weird. That one. 3 of crystals. Planning. There's an energy of this card of being more deliberate about stuff. More your head switched on, planning, moving slowly. You're the same. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Just shows, doesn't it, that there's life force in everything. It must be that. We must feel it. It's like there's a dead thing on me. Yes, it was part of me before, but it's a dead thing now. Get it off me. Where are you, crystals? Back. Three of Crystals is an indication that you've reached a state of accomplishment after all of your hard work. We're ready, aren't we? With this new insight, you understand the steps you need to take in order to maintain your success. Three of Crystals also signifies great skill, passion, and manifestation of creative projects. It's also the acknowledgement and appreciation of teamwork, friendship, and collaborations. You're not someone who comes off as superior to others. Rather, you appreciate the qualities that each individual has to offer. A great sense of wisdom, spiritual enlightenment, and modesty which comes through the embodiment of the unconditional love. Nice. We've grown up. That's what I'm getting from this. And so we're ready, we're ready to make better decisions. To do the right thing, and not get tempted by the stupid stuff. I've got so many guys after me at the moment, and it's ridiculous. They're all F-boys. Not interested in them. They're not quality. They're not quality people. Why do they think? Why do they go oh, they're with all of these F girls, and then they turn around and see me and they go, oh yeah, I'll do that. No, you won't. Don't you think I'm looking for someone like you? No. It's crazy. Could be the way the hair brushes against our skin attached versus not attached. Because our hair's pretty scaly, isn't it? I did a protein treatment on my hair last night and then straightened it this morning to lock it in because protein treatments, they need the heat. My hair loves it when I do that. Put a protein hair mask on at night, in the evening, wash it out and then straighten it. I don't have to use any heat protectant or anything. My hair loves it. But yeah, it makes it less scaly. So maybe it is. So it's like having a fish, like a fish scales. If you lay a fish on your skin one way, it would, what's it like? It's like Velcro. If you brush it one way, not a problem. Go against it. It's probably that, isn't it? Mm. Eight of Swords, restrictions. The Magician. Oh. So the message I was getting in the energy update today was that the restrictions are still in place, but what the hell? I'm jumping over that wall now. I'm not putting up with this stuff anymore. Manifesting our way out of it. We're still tied down to it, but we're not. We can opt out of it. I'm not getting major guidance from these cards. It doesn't feel that important, what I'm saying now. Okay, I'll use that other deck. Why? They're wanting me to switch decks today. That's enough of that. So we're doing the planning thing, the sensible thing we've learned. The restrictions are still in place, but we're opting out of them now. Making new decisions. Manifesting something new. This one. The Tower of Mystical Moments. For something new. I don't know which way around this is, but start out here. The Eight of Cups. Walking away from something. Two butterflies, two dragonflies, two swans. And a bit of a causeway there. Over the water. And she's a ladybug. Ladybird. So we've got attachments here. Eight of Cups is about moving away from emotional attachments. There's something here about these restrictions. We've kind of been emotionally attached to it. So let's use the example of politeness, right? How can you be emotionally attached to politeness? Well, if you grew up with a real rude family, then it's likely that you are emotionally attached to politeness. You know, it's like when you just like being normal and there's no like, and someone pulls you up, you know, for not saying please or thank you or something like that. And it's like being pedantic, you know, that's because they've got an issue. It's because they've got an issue. It's not that you've been rude unless you're a rude person, but it's their issue. Do you know what I mean? If they're triggered by that. The restriction's still in place, but now you're no longer emotionally attached to it. So could be an emotional attachment to doing the right thing. And so you're opting into the restrictions or rules. An emotional attachment to maybe pleasing others. It could be that as well. Bought it last weekend. Isn't it? It's gorgeous. I love it. Oh, there's two birds there as well on the flowers. They're all flying things. They're all free. To restrictions. Breaking free of restrictions. But there's that emotional attachment to the restrictions themselves. Oh. I'm an astral. What is that? Jessica. Okay, you've uncovered the secret behind the hairs that aren't attached anymore. What's the painful nostril thing? Is it an internal spot? That's what it feels like. Youch. It hurts. Then we've got the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment. It's almost like we have to break free, right? We have to break free. We've got to heal ourselves to a point to break free, to allow ourselves to opt out of the restrictions before our wishes can be fulfilled. She's so solid in her wishes there, 9 cups, that she's using them as a fan. She's certain of it. There's a certainty about this one. You know, it's like being so certain about your money that you'll use it as toilet paper. It's that kind of thing. Like, no one would do that, would they? Set a light to the money if you weren't certain in it, but she's certain her wishes. I'm going to read that one out of the book for this deck. The Nine of Cups. Oh. Did you, Jessica, did you keep the feminine kings in the deck, or have you got them all in the deck, or did you keep the masculine ones? I'm interested to know. Nine of Cups. A woman looking content and self-satisfied displays a golden fan. Its 9 rows of cups combined together stand for emotional fulfillment. Her hair is covered with colourful flowers, and in the background are even more luxurious plants she carefully protects with her right arm. The woman gets great pleasure from the beauty and abundance she's cultivated in her life. Very Venus-y kind of a feel. Contentment, satisfaction, gratification, wish fulfillment, pleasure, and abundance. Abundance is part of it. Abundance is a big part of it. We saw that in the Lenormand cards, right? It goes together. It goes together. And it has come up in a lot of readings before, especially private readings, when people are focused on love. And it's like, hang on, you've not sorted out your abundance yet. It's important. And I used to say things like, maybe your person is really abundant and you need to get to that level where you're comfortable enough to let someone in that's at that level. And it could be that, but there's more to it than that. It's about breaking free of the restrictions that we've placed on ourselves. It's about fully being authentically us, in abundance and in love. And then we've got death. Da, da, da. Major ending. Thank you, Timothy. Pimples inside your nose. It does, it really hurts. I think that's what it is. Do you think it's inside? Like, you think the head of it is inside? Kept the male ones only. You watch another reader who uses all of them. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Using all of them, yeah. So to have the female king would have a different energy than the male king. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should put them back in. Let's see. I have a deck with 2 feminine fools, one with pants, the other tunic type dress. You leave both in. Ah, interesting. Anyway, death. In front of a beautiful green garden, we see a woman whose upper chest is an open rib cage. Partly skeleton, she seems to be dead, but she's in fact full of life. Her body is a vessel for blooming flowers. The white lilies emerging out of her skeleton are a symbol of purity, innocence, and hope. There it is again, that word. The woman gazes at a butterfly resting on one of the lilies. A symbol of resurrection and life, the butterfly also stands for transformation, change, and hope. There's that word again. The card shows us that death is not the end, but the start of a powerful new beginning. Inevitable endings. This says completion, loss, transition, but I read it as loss of tradition. Loss of tradition is what I read. It's a loss of the status quo, a loss of tradition, a loss of the restrictions that you've been buying into. It's like that feeling of growing beyond a religion. And that relief when you just like, I'm not buying into that religion anymore. I'm not going to do that thing anymore. If anyone has had that experience, I know I have. What was that? Fly. I'm going to let that fly out. This is going to be really noisy. I'm sorry for it. It's not a fly. It's a bee. Hello, bee. These windows are real noisy. Or a wasp, is it? I don't know. Yeah, go that way, that way. Keep going, keep going. There you go. Go on. Yes. It's hard to get them to get out of windows. There's a bee. Oh, maybe I should put them back in. I'll put them back in. And then we'll read them differently. The feminine. Let's get rid of that. There's a feminine emperor as well. Ooh. The feminine emperor can be the us personifying it. You know how I always get that the kings are other people in my readings? Or maybe the female kings can be us. Okay, put them in. I'm going to disperse them through. But there we go, we've got death. It's the death of old ways, things that we've bought into. It's significant, just like those when you break free of your family, when you break free of a religion, when you break free of people-pleasing, codependency, when you break free of, a relationship. But it feels bigger than that. It feels like a whole relationship pattern, you know? Something big like that, like leaving a religion behind. I never much like Catholicism. I was brought up a Catholic, but there's just so much of it that rang untrue to me. Both with religion and with basic teachings of childhood, no longer appropriate, right? They're back in anyway. We've got them back in, that's good. What else? Anyone else want a mini read? I want something of the love story now. I want to know Venus going direct. I want to know about Venus going direct and the changes in our love stories because of Venus going direct. Tell us about that, guys. Venus going direct and our hearts getting back online again. A more romantic chapter of our lives. Maybe we've been unromantic because we've been having to sort out the foundations of it all, especially around abundance. Yeah, the female cards have very different things on the cards to bring in. And that is very much a deck of that I tune into. I look at the pictures and tune into. Some decks, no. But definitely that one. Oh, Lord. True love and patience. So yeah, we're getting online with our hearts again. True love. Someone can't ignore the heart anymore. We can't ignore our hearts anymore. It's all getting a bit more romantic. Advocating for our hearts more than our heads now, especially with leaving these restrictions behind. So maybe the restrictions had to get big enough and gnarly enough for some people, for all of us, to turn away from it, you know, to go, that's it. For us to experience just how terrible it is, or wake up to the fact that this is terrible, this is. Yeah. So Venus in retrograde then was about that. Take our hearts out of the situation and on a practical level show just how these things aren't serving us, you know. Hate patience. But we've got the lessons, right? We've got to be patient through the lessons, is what it's saying. It's like we want what we want right now, but the universe is saying, yeah, but you're not ready yet. You haven't learned this thing yet. You've not felt the extent of this restriction that you've got, this thing that you're emotionally attached to, because you've experienced the flip side of it at a younger age. You don't realize you're still restricting yourself. And so I've got to make you feel that first. So you break free of that. And then that's why you're waiting for it, waiting for our hearts to get online. Just brush my hair. It's annoying me. Even though it's still attached to me, it's annoying me. chicken's outside. Nobody told me. Maybe she's not in shop. Shop. Wow. She's always got like a trail, like bridesmaids behind her. Not bridesmaids. Mosquitoes. Patience cards everywhere. First day of Pisces. 18. Okay. Hate patience. Venus going direct. Commitment. We've had a lot of commitment out lately. See this nail here? That one. Focus. Looks like someone dancing. Oh, there you go. It looks like someone dancing. Commitment. Tenderness. Yeah, it's all getting a bit more romantic and healing our hearts of what we've been through. Oh, good. Good. So Venus being retro was about gaining clarity about our hearts by kind of taking our hearts out of it and then being faced with the cold, hard truth of what we're living, and like a wake-up kind of thing, like, what the hell have I been doing? Well, my heart's been switched on. You know, it's like when we suddenly realize that someone's abusive or something like that. We've been in a romantic relationship. We switch our heart light off, and then we're suddenly confronted with the actual behavior, and then we can't romance our way through it. But I love him, kind of thing. We're faced with the cold, hard truth. That's like Venus in retrograde. Take the heart out of it, so we don't fool ourselves, so that we don't empath all over it. We don't codependent all over it. We don't try and love them out of it, so that we can see it clearly. Then Venus goes direct again, so we can build from there. Be responsive this time. Be responsive this time instead of being like catatonic. Catatonic. That's what I was just told. Instead of being catatonic. Don't beat around the bush. So, okay. So before, with these restrictions in place that we weren't wise to, we weren't seeing it because our heart lights were still on, and so we were bullshitting ourselves because we had too much love inside of us. And we can, right? We can, if you really open your heart and be all in love, you can just go through life in complete bullshit with no boundaries, with just seeing the best in everyone and just being batted around like a ping pong ball. Switch that heart light off, and we get faced with the truth. But when the heart light's on, we're not responding to the actual truth of it, even the love truth of it. In other words, if you're just loving anyone, you're not noticing the people that can actually really love you, and you're not focusing on them and going there for that love. You're unresponsive to it. Remember that other card, the unresponsive card, the guy that's sitting at the bottom of the hill? That is the card that popped up. I'm going to find it. It's that catatonic kind of a state where we can't respond to the ones that are actually, this one, withdrawal. That was the one that I saw. The people that can actually love you, and you sat there under a tree going, but there's nobody in my life. Completely unresponsive, like they could come up in front of you and offer you something, and you wouldn't even respond to it. Like you don't even see them, you don't even hear it. I've got to put these cards the right way around now. Now I've started, I've got to finish. So if anyone, I know I do, has got the unresponsive thing called what's it called? When someone says something to you and you just kind of ignore it, pretend it's not, like they didn't say anything. What's it called? Aloofness. Yeah, aloofness. If you've got a pattern of aloofness, I have. Hi, Scooter. What a boring question. No idea. You're stuck deep in a newer, deeper inner peace. Great deal of joy and gratitude. That's good. That's good. Don't donate for that question. I'm not interested in politics. Keep that out of here. Especially American politics. I'm not even interested in Thai politics or Australian politics. Well, this is really good. Yes, we've got the patience card in there. But true love. Unrestricted heart stuff, but not stupid heart stuff. So open your hearts, but don't be stupid about it. It's like, be spiritual, but don't follow like false gurus and stuff like that, or religions. It's that kind of thing. It's the, yes, be open, but not stupidly open. Selectively open. Good for you open. Responsive now. Able to respond to it. If you have had that aloofness going on, then you might find you're not anymore. You know, I realized something. I was recalling a conversation. Someone else was trying to get Mr. Handsome involved in our conversation, and the conversation was about me and what I do and the things that I've done. And so I kept on trying to involve him in the conversation, and he was going, Mr. Handsome, do you realize that Clive does this, has done this? And he was catatonic. He couldn't say anything. You know why? Because that man cannot lie to me. He cannot lie to me. He always tells me the truth. And so if he can't tell me the truth, if he couldn't speak the truth there, like, yes, I do know it because I've been stalking her online. He can't tell, like, he couldn't say anything. So it was just became unresponsive. And so I started provoking him a bit, saying, do you know that? Do you know that? He wouldn't respond. He wouldn't respond. He couldn't respond. He couldn't respond to say yes. It's that. I've got to be true to myself. But I can't right now because I'm not being true to myself. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is here. That is being highlighted in Venus in retrograde. Chicken's at the door, on this side of the door this time, looking out. If something piques her interest, she likes what's going on out there. If there's someone interesting that maybe might feed her, and she sees them by the pool, she'll stick a paw in the door and go, won't you, chicken? Meanwhile, she'll just stay in here looking out. What else do we need to know? Anything? We've got good stuff happening now. It feels like if we were on an upward climb kind of thing and things were difficult and we were figuring things out, it feels like we've crested now, and it feels like we're going to be on the easy run now. There's still stuff to go through, obviously, but it's getting It's getting good. So be hopeful about it, I think is what this is saying. You get enough through media. I don't follow any media at all. It's just so boring. It's like the people that do it, they're not wise people. They're idiots. It's like I wouldn't choose to go and listen to some idiots talking to each other. So why would I choose to follow politics? It's the same thing to me. Hey, Maria. You forgot what day it was. Oh, Lord. Very interesting. Give us some more about Venus coming out of retrograde. And the heart stuff. Express love through gifts. There's going to be more expression for sure with this responsiveness. There's going to be, we're going to be more responsive. Other people are going to be more responsive. There's going to be more of a romantic, but not stupid openness vibe going on. And you and other people. A kind of an idealistic thing as well. Yeah, kind of an idealistic kind of I'm going to follow my heart right now and break free of other stuff. It's nice. Miracles and blessings and abundance. It's tied to abundance for sure. Lovely. And true love. True love. So there's a truth about love. It's grounded. We've cleaned the stupid stuff out of our hearts lately. True love. Twice. I'm glad Venus came out there. Three of Fire. She's very important to this reading. I know what. Let's get some Doreen Virtue out. And let's see how stupid these cards can be. I'm going to throw these in the bin if she brings out stupid stuff here. And I know she's going to. I've got the energy and I'm expecting stupid stuff to come out. Okay. Tell us about this Venus coming out of retrograde. Marista's gone wonky. Finances and career. Okay, maybe she's not going in the bin because it is connected to abundance. Heart-to-heart conversations, yes. There's communication. There's the Knave of Pentacles, communication. There's responsiveness now. Getting to know each other, yes. More being revealed now, being more open about it. You being more open with them, you being more responsive, less aloof, all of that stuff. But pay attention to the red flags. Still. Pay attention to the red flags. Don't go, oh, it's all lifted now, I will carry on being stupid. Let's not do that. Okay, you get to live. I won't throw you away. You were sensible this time. But you can go back in the box. So there we have it. Clear as. Clear as can be. Thanks everyone for coming along. Again, I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know what pick a card read I'm recording today, but there will be one out later for sure. I've got dailies to do today. Just the usual, isn't it? Loving the Lenormand. I want to leave this out, but there's a space for it. I can't get rid of everything there. I thought of replacing these, the shamanic healing ones that I used to find out what's deeper behind it, with this. But I don't know. I do really like the way that I use that. It's a very useful deck. in the way that I use it. So I won't do that. Have a good one, everybody. Let's do this all over again on Friday, if I show up. Somebody's coming back on Friday. Or maybe Thursday. I don't know. I'll try. If I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not. But have a good one anyway, and have a good weekend if I'm not here on Friday. See ya. Thanks again. Bye.